Good afternoon, welcome in. It's Where the 99 Lead, a presentation of the University of Pikeville, where we talk all things regarding the University of Pikeville, athletically, academically, and where better to go today as we talk academics than Dr. Tom Hess, Vice President of Academic Affairs and Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Hess, welcome to Where the 99 Lead.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a great opportunity to talk about many of the great things that are happening on the Hill.
There are a lot of tremendous things happening on the Hill. Where the 99 lead, those historic 99 steps, they lead to campus and they lead from campus back into the world. That's what we're talking about, the opportunities on campus for students and then graduates as they head back into the world. And, of course, their academic career, that's what leads to the graduates that head back into the world and change our world. We want to talk about Dr. Hess before we go any further. Let's find out some background on Dr. Tom Hess.
Well, I grew up in Louisville, so I'm from Kentucky, that other part down central Kentucky, and I came here in August of 1996.
You've been around a little while.
So I've been around the college and now university for 15, I guess, going on 16 years now. I did get my undergraduate degree in Kentucky. I'm a graduate of Center College with a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Physics. And then I went down to Texas for about 10 years, and I did while down there, I completed a PhD in chemistry at Texas A&M before heading back this way.
Right.
I started as a chemistry professor
at
the college, assistant professor of chemistry, teaching general chemistry and all those things. A lot of those pre-meds and pre-pharmacy kids had to always go through my class. And from there, I kind of moved up the academic ranks. I've served as the chair of the Division of Math and Science, and then I became the VP and Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences back, I guess it was in the summer of 2009.
You have experience at Center College, college in central Kentucky. Not a lot, not very different than what was then Pikeville College, now the University of Pikeville. Private school, small school, the same challenges and opportunities for students between the two.
Yeah, it's been that experience as a student has been very much and very good for me, and it's always. It really brings home the importance of the small college education.
Sure.
It's that one-on-one that we provide with those students, and that's what a lot of our larger brethren they can't provide that, and that's what makes us special up at the University of Pikeville, is that one-on-one student-centered emphasis that we have.
Absolutely. We talk about, you've been here since 96.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things have changed on the Hill since 1996. Let's talk about some of the changes that really stand out to you since you arrived here. Okay.
Well, when I came, the med school was just getting started, and that obviously was a game changer for us. That really started changing the equation at then Pikeville College. It provided resources that we hadn't dreamed of, and then from there we've really grown many of the not so much the classroom offerings as much as the way we teach. We've really started to ramp up our teaching experiences for our students. Now, it's only in the last couple of years that we've really begun to change a lot of the programmatic experiences as well, bringing new programs to campus.
Right.
I guess the big other large changes in the last 10, 15 years have been certainly with the student environment. We've added the athletics. We have a more vibrant campus atmosphere, on-campus atmosphere. When I first came to the institution, it was tended to be a little bit more of the non-traditional student.
Sure.
Where we were more female heavy at that time, and we were only about 700 students. Today, we're about even 50-50, male-female. We've got about 2/3 of our students living on campus now, which is up from where we were several years back then. And just overall, I think we're starting to, well, we are the university. We are the regional university for Central Appalachia, or this part of the country. And I think we're doing the kinds of things that we need to be doing to provide that educational experience for the people in this region.
We're talking with Dr. Tom Hess, Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, and from the community, outside looking in. And even though I'm involved with the university in small roles, still I see the excitement from outside. Is that excitement as real within campus at the University of Pikeville?
Oh, very much so. I think it's almost palpable that you really feel the energy and excitement that's on campus. I mean, this past fall was amazing with 1,150 students, a record enrollment, just having the increased dorm students and the things that are going on, having the new sorority and fraternity systems that President Patton instigated. Just so many things going on, new programs, new faculty. We've been growing the faculty carefully so to meet the needs of the campus community, so we can have outstanding programs that we all strive to have.
We want to talk about some of those programs, new programs and fairly new programs coming up in just a little bit. But first, let's talk about what your responsibilities are. First, as Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, what are those responsibilities?
Well, basically, my main responsibility is make sure we have classes and programs for our students. We have faculty to teach those classes. Sure. I've got seats for those students. We want to provide a modern academic experience, and that all kind of comes under that. As the dean, I have 62 faculty that report to me through our 6 divisions. I'm also the one who gets to make all those great lists like Dean's List. I'm also the one who does all the tough lists like the probation list.
Yes.
So, essentially my job comes down to making sure we have classes, enforcing the rules, the academic rules, and making sure we have good quality places to run those classes. The other 2 areas that report to me are our academic support services, which are library, and then our registrar's office also reports to me. So
basically, if it's an academic program on the Hill, it reports to Dr. Tom Hess.
As long as it's not medical school, it reports to me.
There you go. You were a professor for many years, teaching chemistry, and you talked about that. What was it like for you to leave the classroom, and when you first left the classroom, were there any regrets?
Well, I'm going to say yes, there were regrets, and I missed the classroom. When I get the chance I definitely get myself back in the classroom, as it were. Last fall, I taught a first-year studies course that we use. But my first fall and spring in the dean's job, I actually did teach 2 classes at the time, and that was biting off almost too much. But that's back when we were a little smaller and we didn't have quite all these other things going on. But I miss it. Will I go back to the classroom? Eventually. But I think there's a lot of interesting challenges, and with my role, with all the new programs and all and just the energy on campus and being kind of the center of that swirl is a lot of fun, and I wouldn't miss it.
Talking with Dr. Tom Hess, Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, and you say you miss the classroom. What part of the classroom do you miss?
I miss the interaction with the students. I mean, I have students come in every day, but
Sure.
usually it's, oh, I'm having a problem with this, or I'm, how do I do that?
Right.
Whereas the opportunity to work with young people and watch that light bulb come on.
Sure.
Chemistry is a tough topic, and the joy in seeing somebody really kind of work through and struggle, but then realize that they can do it, and just watching those young people grow and mature it's a wonderful opportunity.
I think you may have spoken 62 members of the faculty at the university, and they cover how many different programs?
We have 24 different programs, or the way we count them. We count 24 different programs in our undergraduate program. And those are the ones that are official, on the books, ready to go. They range from our business program with its 3 emphasis areas in accounting, management, and management information systems, through education. In the humanities, we have 4 different majors there. Social sciences, history, social work, psychology, sociology. And then we have our nursing programs, and in the math sciences, we offer 4 different majors there as well.
It's a wide curriculum, and it's growing still.
Yes, it is.
Talk about the nursing program, and it's been around a long time.
Yes, our RN program, which is an associate degree in nursing program that leads to the licensure, has been around since about 1983.
Right.
But recently, just this past fall, we started an RN to BSN program, and what that is it's a completion program for those nurses who have completed that program and are out working. It's designed for the working nurse,
right,
and who wants to come back and further their education, get that Baccalaureate of Science in Nursing. And that program started this past fall, and we have 8 in that inaugural group, and we're really hoping that's going to take off, because it's one of those areas we identified in our main primary service area as very important, and that there was a real need for those nurses.
Very important in Central Appalachia, but also throughout the country.
Oh, yes.
When you talk about health care and the growing need for health care, it's something that's obviously going to be a need across the country. How's the response been with the RN to BSN program? Is it where you expected? Is there interest that is there that just hasn't hit the classroom yet?
I think it just hasn't hit the classroom yet. I think it's people are getting themselves lined up for it, if you would. There's many times it's a financial piece that people have to start preparing for.
Right.
There are some of the hospitals will provide some assistance, but many of these nurses come back on their own dime, and that can be a challenge. We have a number that are getting themselves lined up doing part-time work. They basically, what they do is they take their nursing curriculum, their BSN curriculum, but they also have to meet our general education program outcomes, and so they have to take some additional courses there as well. So I fully expect we're gonna probably double the size of that program this coming fall, and I'm expecting it'll grow even larger as we move forward.
I would think it would grow exponentially.
Yes.
You're dealing with, when you go from a BSN type program, working nurses now, a lot of those would be more of a non-traditional student they are already out of school, they're in the workplace, and many have families and have to work around those obligations as well. But I can imagine that being one of the most popular programs on campus. Another new program that deals with postgraduate students, the MBA program. Let's talk a little about that.
Yeah, our MBA program, we started that last fall as well. An exciting enterprise. We have 25 students in our first group of MBA that are in the MBA program. It's a program that's designed for the working professional.
Sure.
Coursework's a little different. You take basically a course every 7 weeks, so it's built around a block schedule, so that was new for us. We're excited. The program will start our second cohort this fall. Got a lot of energy there. We're looking to do some further hiring for the program as we grow the numbers, and we're scheduled to have our first graduates of that program next May, not this May, but a year from May. So they're in their fourth course. We've had our growing pains, but I think it's going very well.
Sure.
And I think what's going to happen there is probably we're going to look at branching off and starting to think about how we can specialize different aspects of that program, build it around that core, but specialty areas like healthcare management.
Sure.
It would be a big one for this area. Energy or natural resource management, we've been looking at that as well. So I look at it as a springboard for the future, and it'll really help us establish many of those new programs.
On campus, in the undergraduate programs, the business programs have been some of the most popular on campus.
Yeah.
It's a natural time for the MBA program to follow up.
Yes, it is. And I expect we're going to see more and more of our current students finishing up and then looking to go into the MBA program straight away. So I expect we'll actually start thinking about running a more of a traditional MBA program. We've also had some interesting chats with some folks from Beijing Central University about the possibility of bringing students here. And one of the programs they're interested in is the MBA program. Sure. And if we did that, we'd have to probably tailor a program that could be completed in probably somewhere 12 to 16 months, depending on how we might structure that. So,
high intensity.
Yes.
High intensity. Talking to Dr. Tom Hess, Vice President of Academic Affairs and Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. The MBA program, the RN to BSN program, relatively new. They're already underway. There are some brand new programs coming. Let's talk about those. Okay.
We've got essentially 4 new programs that we have in process. And when I say that, we've done the curriculum development, we've got them approved by the Board of Trustees, but we got one more step, and that's approval by our accrediting agency. Sure. And the Kentucky Council on Post-Secondary Education. So we got one more hurdle to get through. That is, we have a film and media arts program, we have a Spanish major, and a sport management in our Bachelor of Business Administration, so an additional emphasis there, and a master's degree in sport management. So let's start at the top.
Let's do.
Film and media arts.
It's exciting.
Yes, it's very exciting. This program was conceived as a way to really leverage our participation with Pike TV and other organizations like EKB.
Sure.
So that to really and to provide in this media ready world, and the ability, since everybody now has basically the ability to publish themselves through the internet, it really behooves us to think in terms of beyond the normal communication degree.
Right.
Now we'll still have our communication degree, but what we've done is we've built on our communication major and our art major, taking pieces from that as well as computer science and business, and built around that this framework of film and media arts. And we're very fortunate to have a young man to lead that program. Bruce Parsons will be the director of that program, and I expect it will take off in many different ways. And one of the areas, of course, we're looking at is more kind of the traditional film making type things, documentaries, but there's some other areas we're looking at. Just offshoots from this might be things in graphic design in our art major. We're looking at gaming as a possibility. Right. So, but the basic program right now is going to focus on filmmaking and learning about the broadcast industry.
Both in front of and behind the microphones,
very much
and
so.
in front of the cameras and
Yep.
behind the cameras as well. Should be an exciting program. It's something that I think will draw a lot of interest from the college age student. Spanish, a new major. Why Spanish?
Well, the Latino population is the largest growing population demographic in this part of the country.
Sure.
We don't have a foreign language on campus. We had taught German for a while, and we've taught Spanish, and frankly, German is spoken by about 100 million people, and it's not going places. But Spanish is one of the biggest languages in the world.
Right.
It ranks around, I believe it's the third most popular. Certainly in this country, it would be the second most popular language. It gives some breadth to our curriculum that we didn't have as a liberal arts school. Having a foreign language program is one of those things that provides us with that extra dimension, and we're hoping that's going to really bring some extra dimension to business, to our sciences. We're envisioning courses like Spanish for the physician, if you would.
Sure.
This might be an excellent program as an undergraduate for a pre-med or maybe a pre-pharmacy person, so that they develop some level of proficiency with Spanish for that populate, so they can communicate with
Sure.
their patients. The other piece is that we're going to use it as a springboard. And one of the big needs in this area has been foreign language educators in the P12 schools.
Right.
And we're looking at, once we get this up and running, that we're gonna look into a baccalaureate degree level program in foreign language education. And we're very fortunate. We had a young lady who decided she wanted to go into that field. We let her have some time off, and she's finishing up her PhD in foreign language education, and she's returning this fall.
Very good. Works hand in
very
hand.
exciting.
Next new program, you hit me in the heart. Talk about a new program in sports management, and it's something that is near and dear, not just to me, but this is a sports crazed area. Starting
Yes.
with all levels of sports, but Eastern Kentucky, Southern West Virginia, Southwest Virginia, Central Appalachia, they love their sports. Why not offer a curriculum that they could take that love of sports into the workplace?
Well, I think that's exactly right. I mean, sports is big business in this country, and our goal. I mean, we have a high percentage of our students are involved in athletics one way or another, through our various varsity sports and the JV sports. It's big business. It's a two-pronged approach to this. We're going to do an undergraduate degree as an emphasis area in our business program, and it's going to be a baccalaureate of business administration and sports management. So essentially you'll take those basic accounting and management courses, but then you'll take a group of an emphasis area in the sport management, things like sport law, sports psychology, as well as facilities management. So the idea here is that somebody will walk out of the University of Pikeville ready to go to work for, whether it's the Expo Center or could be, IMG.
Sure.
Those kinds of experiences. I expect we'll have a lot of students that'll be interested in thinking about it as a springboard to maybe a coaching career.
Sure.
Now, that's the undergraduate piece, and we built it on that framework in our business program because, frankly, it's an easy match.
Right.
And as we develop our expertise in that, we'll think about how that's all going to fit together. The second piece is sports management at the graduate level, and we've proposed, and again, we have to go through our approval processes for a sport management program in a Master of Science in Sport Management. This will be a 33-hour 33 credit hour program that's designed to be finished in about 2 years. It's designed for somebody who's pretty much going to be working. I'm expecting, several of our coaches to be interested in it, but high school coaches, we expect that might be a group that would be interested in this program, sure. As well as some of the people who are involved in various event venues, things like the Expo Center and others. So it'll be an interesting approach. And our athletic director, Reggie Overton, right. He has a terminal degree in sport management, and he's given us that ability and that provide a great deal of leadership in bringing those two programs to the university.
I think it will be a very popular program.
Yes, I fully expect it's going to be.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a very much a growth program.
Experiential learning.
All right, this is not a major. Okay. This is kind of more of a philosophy, if you would. As part of this is a project of the faculty. As part of our recent reaffirmation for accreditation, and that's a process we're still involved with, the university had to develop a quality enhancement plan. This was, we had to address some aspect of student learning. And the faculty, back in about the fall of 2009, a faculty committee was formed, and they started working on this project. And they identified our students really need to develop more, the problem-solving skills, and as well as cultural awareness. And so our big push along this has become experiential learning as a focus to change the learning environment, to really encourage students to not see learning as just something that happens in the classroom, that happens all around them. And so this is a program that's going to encourage internships. It's going to encourage study abroad. Just faculty taking students on field trips. Sure. So it's just many different opportunities, and we're looking at forming a center of experiential learning. That way we really start focusing all of our energy towards that and that goal of really providing this whole learning experience for our undergraduate students. So
talking with
exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. All the programs new and the fairly new, along with the historically exciting programs at the university. Dr. Tom Hess, Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. I guess the medical school took over Armington Learning Center several years back. The medical school, the University of Pineville, Kentucky College of Osteopathic Medicine, moving to a new building this summer.
That's right.
So what happens to Armington then? Do you get it back?
I get it back, or we get it back. We're excited about this because we're going to gain something on the order of 30 offices for the faculty. We're going to, the College of Arts and Sciences will gain 2 large lecture halls, as well as there's a space that we're going to reconfigure into a new computer lab that's going to help support our film and media arts program and our communication program. We'll get some additional lab space as well. We'll have the space to form a language learning lab. So, and the net effect is we're finally going to be able to move the faculty out of the Wickham dormitory.
Yes. And
they have occupied the first floor of that building for years, and take them across the bridge to Armington, and then we'll recapture the Wickham space as additional bed space for a growing population. So
challenges and opportunities on campus with growth of the student body, housing needs. The medical school moves to the new building, and certainly it creates a lot of answers.
Yes, it really does, and it really helps us frame out the question, how are you all handling all those new undergrads? Well, part of it is getting new faculty. Our faculty has grown in the last couple of years by almost 20%, and we'll grow again. We'll probably be closer to 68 to 70 faculty next fall,
sure.
Full-time faculty. Space has been a big concern. Every fall, just before start of school, I'm up there counting all the desks in the classroom, making sure we have enough for the incoming class, and that's been a challenge. So this new space, this old space that'll be new to us, sure. I should say, the undergraduate program will really help make a lot of the things that are going on possible.
Not just a positive for the med school, but also for the undergraduate programs as well. You talk about you have to deal with the good and bad with students directly. Academic probation, not something you like to deal with, but have to. Sometimes those academic probation students end up becoming students that are on the dean's list, and they excel once they have it figured out and that light bulb has come on for whatever reason or by whatever means. An important part of your role is an honors convocation, and that deals with students that have excelled and achieved.
Yes, and that's the outstanding part of the of my job is the honor is overseeing honors convocation. Honors convocation is it's that special event where we recognize academic excellence. We every program submits the names of their outstanding graduating seniors. We recognize those young men and women for their academic excellence. We also recognize all of our honor societies, of which we have, I'm not sure, I think it's at least 10, it feels like.
Right.
We also recognize the outstanding achievements with the dean's list. We recognize them at that point, as well as the who's who list that Student Services puts together. So,
very good. Dr. Tom Hess, Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Honors Convention coming up April 12th, and that takes place in Booth Auditorium. It's a great way for folks to be able to see who those students are that are heading where those 99 lead back into the world. Dr. Hess, exciting times at the University of Pikeville. We see a lot of the athletic things that go on. They're very visible in public. We don't get a chance to see a lot of the academic programs, but there are truly exciting things happening academically.
They're all student athletes, and they're all students, and there's so many great things happening on the Hill right now. I get to, of course, as the dean, I'm always involved in hiring new faculty, and I love to tell new faculty that it's a great time to be in Pikeville. It's a great time to be at the University of Pikeville.
It is,
because the change is it's palpable, it's happening, and so many great things going on.
Absolutely. Dr. Hess, thanks for being a part of Where the 99 Lead today.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Dr. Tom Hess, Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, on this edition of Where the 99 Lead. On behalf of the University of Pikeville, I'm Andrew Joyce.